Hey guys, how are you? It's your boy K2 and I am back with another C-drama video, and it's really been a while as I haven't been uploading on my channel recently, so sorry about that. But before starting this video, I just wanna say a huge thank you to all my subscribers as our channel has crossed 1,000 subscribers recently. Guys, it really means a lot to me, so I'm so thankful for that. But in this video, I'm gonna talk about top 10 Chinese historical dramas that you should consider to watch right now or just add to your watch list. Whether you are a seasoned fan of Chinese historical dramas or are new to this genre, you are sure to find something wonderful on my list. Tell me which series you like the most and share your thoughts in the comment section too. Before starting this video, I just wanna say a quick reminder as I have already made a video on top 7 costume C-dramas that you should consider to watch, and if you wanna watch that video, just click the I button above, or you can just check on my channel as well. You will find that video on the top 7 section. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. At number 10, Bloody Romance. In the turbulent Intigranum following the collapse of the Tang dynasty, a young daughter of a herbalist was tricked and sold into a brothel. After a harrowing escape from death, she eventually found herself in a city of female assassins. Assuming the new name of Wan Mei, she began to learn from ropes of being an assassin from Chang'an, a young man who acted as her guide and warder. Over time, Wang Mei and Chang'an began to develop genuine affection for each other, but Cha Liu, the leader of the assassins, took a dislike to Wan Mei and plotted against the couple with her cohorts. Wan Mei's personality and gifts caused Gonzi, the hidden owner of Guihua city, to take an interest on her. Burdened by his hidden identity, Chang'an began to distance himself from Wan Mei. The protagonists found themselves embroiled in escalating conspiracies involving deadly betrayals and struggles for power. At number 9, General and I. In a world ravaged by war, the four great nations, Jin, Yan, Liang and Xin, are ceaseless in their pursuit of power and ultimate domination. In the midst of this endless conflict, the nations of Jin and Yan clash, and the great house of Jin falls. Forced to flee, the Jin prince, Hixia, and his brilliant military strategist, Bia Pingting, escape death, but fate is not on their side. Separated during their exodus, Hixia makes his way to the kingdom of Bailan to pursue revenge against the kingdom of Jin. Meanwhile, Bia Pingting finds herself at the mercy of Chu Beizi, the Jin army's greatest general and the nation's most beloved prince, immediately recognized by the prince as the girl he fell in love with years ago. Bai Pingting soon finds herself the object of her greatest enemy's desire. Eventually recognizing Chu Beizi as the boy she once loved, Bai Pingting gives into the desires of her heart, setting into motion a complicated romance that pits the desire of the heart against the loyalties both have for their kingdoms. At number 8, Princess Agents. The story takes place during the chaotic times of Wei, where innocent citizens are often kidnapped and turned into slaves. Slave girl Xu Xiao was thrown into a forest along with other slaves and becomes the next hunting target for the rich lords. She is saved by the prince of Yanbei, Yanshun. Afterwards, she is brought into a powerful family of Yuwen and witnessed their bloody power struggle. Seeing this, she swears to take her younger sister and flee from the situation. However, she catches the attention of Yuwen Yu and undergoes strict training while building a sense of companionship with Yanshun. Drama focuses on Xu Xiao's life beliefs and her struggle to survive in a cruel and unfair world. At number 7, the Princess Weong. The Northern Wei dynasty was obliterated one night, leaving behind the kind-hearted princess Feng Xinar as an orphan. Although she escapes death, she accidentally enters her enemy's territory and she assumes the identity of Li Weiyang, the daughter of the Prime Minister. She suffers many hardships but eventually utilizes her wisdom and sense of justice to become a powerful woman as well as gaining a beautiful romance. At number 6, Scarlet Heart. Through a car accident, Zhang Xiao traveled back into time into a body of one of her previous reincarnations, a 16 years old aristocratic Manchu girl, Maitro Ruashi, living in the Qing dynasty. Although she knows she should not get involved in palace intrigues over the succession to the throne, she inadvertently becomes a pawn in the struggle. Because she could not help but love someone and others came to love her. At number 5, Legend of Fu Hao. Adopted as an orphan, Fuayo served as a slave for the Xuanyuan sect in the Taiwan kingdom. After a series of tragedies, she journeyed across the lands in search of ways to lift the curse that blighted her life. Along the way, she meets the crown prince of Tianshuan, Zhuang Shunwuzi, and falls in love with him. Together, they tackled political issues in the Five Kingdoms and unearthed secrets regarding her birth. At number 4, Evernight. When a family was unjustly massacred by a great general, a young boy named Ningshui escaped. He managed to survive in the wilds through his wits and growing fighting skills. One day he dug out from a pile of corpses a baby girl that he named Sangsang. Since that day, the two of them are inseparable. Ningshui joined the frontier military and eventually became part of the entourage of Princess Liu as she traveled back to the capital. He managed to discover the hidden school known as the Upper Story, which leads him and Sangsang to many wondrous adventures. Many hostile forces are gathering around them and people are not who they appear to be. Is Ningshui the son of the king of underworld or the savior of humanity against the eternal night? At number 3, Ashes of Love. A story of many lifetimes of romance between the flower deity and the fire deity. 4,000 years ago, when Jinmi was born into the world, her fate to be imprisoned within the Shuijing was already sealed. Her birth mother, Zifin, the flower deity, abandons her for the afterlife, and before her death, she feeds the unfeeling pill to her infant daughter and orders her subordinates never to reveal her identity to Jinmi. 4,000 years later, the fire deity, who is also the second son of the heavenly king, stumbles into Suzing because of a trap laid out by his enemies. He is saved by Jinmi, and slowly the two fated souls find comfort in each other after having spent 100 years together. At number 2, 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, or also known as Eternal Love. After a devastating war, the immortal tribe paid a heavy price to seal the Demon Lord. 70,000 years later, in an attempt to reseal the Demon Lord who broke free, Baishan, who was sent to mortal realm, in the mortal world she meets Yehua and falls in love with him after forgetting about her life as a goddess. Yehua gifts her the name of Shushu. Shuzin, who is jealous of Yehua's love for Baishan, intentionally creates a series of misunderstandings between them and causes Baishan to lose her eyes. Thinking that the Yehua has betrayed her, the devastated Baishan jumps off from the Jushian terrace. At her request, all her memories have been erased and she forgets Yehua. 300 years later, the two meet again as deities. Another lifetime, another world. Yehua recognizes Baishan, but the latter remains indifferent. 3 lives, 3 worlds, her and him. Are they fated to bear an entangling love? At number 1, Nirvana in Fire. In 6th century China, General Lin Shi was unjustly framed and executed. Alongside the Lin family, his 70,000 army soldiers and Crown Prince Shi, under the order of his brother-in-law, Emperor Shaoxuan of Southern Liang. However, Lin Shi's 17-year-old son Lin Shu survives but has to undergo a treatment that changes his appearance completely and leaves him in a weakened state, unable to perform martial arts again. Lin Shu changes his name to Mei Changshu and later becomes the chief of the pugilist world and establishes the Jiangsuo Alliance. 12 years later, Lin Shu returns to the capital with a secret plan after being sought after by Prince Yu and Prince Xian during their fight for the throne. He decides to covertly assist Prince Jing, the unfavored son of Emperor Wu, and wisely rids the court of all scheming officials. So that was it guys, the video ends here. I really do hope that you have liked this video, and if I have missed any of your favorite dramas, just comment down below. And if you have watched the video till here, just give a thumbs up to the video guys, and just don't forget to subscribe to DramaYT. And yet you haven't followed me on the Instagram handle, which is called DramaYT.K2. Follow me there as well. I will see you later. As always, your K2. Love, peace and hugs. It's really been a pleasure.
जाते रास्ते में कभी स्कूल के बस्ते पे ढूंढे तो